Hello, YouTube. Greetings. Hello, hello. I probably ought to find my Rumble chat too. There we go. Cool. There's everybody. Okay. Well, while we await our YouTube friends to roll in, let me get my share up here. Oh, hey, guess what? I'm having a son. I'm having a boy. We just found out today. Uh-huh. It's gonna be a little guy, little me. Yeah. And all otherwise healthy. No, they scan for diseases and genetic issues and whatnot, and all good. Good to go. Okay, let me see. There we go. Did I do that right? Yeah, okay. There we are. Well, thank you. Thank you for all the congrats. Not born yet. Got a while to go. Another 6 months or so. A lot of preparing to do. Believe it or not, we still had some of the old baby clothes from round one, almost 14 years ago, just about. But those are all girls clothes. So that's out. We gotta get new clothes. We gotta get a lot of new toys. Still have some that'll work, I guess, but yep. Oh, speaking of, you know what? I don't have that baby registry on hand. I don't have the link. I gotta see if she texted it to me. I thought she did at some point. Amazon, yeah. I'll drop the link to that because you know darn well there's gonna be stuff. She's already got some stuff on there. Copy. And convert to text link. There we go. Okay, Rumble. Copy. And paste. Flower La Chic in Rumble asks, did you get the gift Saturday? So that was you. Thank you. Yes, we did. Thank you very much. I was wondering, we were wondering who that was. Yeah, that was you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I'm going to copy that over to YouTube also. Certainly accept, cash dropped in the hat too. if you don't want to do baby registry, you'd rather send a little money my way. Darn well gonna need that too. Speaking of, I'm owed money and they are yet again not paying on time. Isn't that nice? Let's see. Have they paid? No pay. $58 in the account. That's great. All right. Let's go to some of this stuff I got tagged here. since this morning. Let's do... Oh yeah, we'll do some of this with Tulsi. All right, let's see it.
You think the campaign was hard, you think what President Trump went through was hard, and it was. The road ahead will not be easy. I can attest personally that in my work as the Director of National Intelligence, the deep state is fighting us every step of the way. And it exists within every single federal agency. And so I feel the same frustration that I see many of you expressing on X or in different platforms about why aren't things going faster? Why aren't we getting results more quickly? I feel this frustration every single day. We are pushing hard. Know that they are pushing hard back. I think the campaign was hard. You think what President Trump...
I don't know what was up with the audio being out of sync there. Bit odd. Didn't I have something else with her? That wasn't the one I was looking for.
We are working with Jay Bhattacharya, the new NIH director, as well as Secretary Kennedy,
I think it's old too.
been used time and time.
No. I think they're all just old clips. Let's see. Vance, okay. I know it's probably the same freaking deal.
The Israeli Prime Minister.
Here's another beauty.
This is, there we go. This is from the other day.
What's this one?
Well,
Here's a real beauty.
earlier
Quantum-
the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu
what's it called
said his
again?
forces are not leaving Lebanon.
What fun day yesterday, by the way, right?
That is a sticking
Who
point.
did he tell that to you?
He said it publicly in Israel.
Well, we're going to take a look at it.
Well, what would you do to make sure that he doesn't?
Well, I'm not going to
sabotage
tell
the
you
deal?
what I'm going to do, but it gets solved. I'm a problem solver. I get problem solved real fast, including with Bibi. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Interesting. Netanyahu says his forces are not leaving Lebanon. President Trump says, who did he tell that to? You? He said it publicly. What would you do? Assume if Netanyahu, in fact, does not withdraw his forces. Trump says, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do. It gets solved. I'm a problem solver. So he's going to do something. I don't know. Maybe something more happened today. We'll see. We'll see what we get into. Oh, well, yeah, meanwhile, you got Netanyahu telling IDF reservists to prepare for a future in which Israel no longer depends on the United States for military support. Well, hey, you know what? That sounds great to me. They'll have to talk all the time how they can fend for themselves. Go ahead. It says he wants Israel to achieve armament independence and become a military superpower in its own right. Well,
Well,
California.
Well, Sean, as we sit here right now tonight, the threat of terrorist attack is higher now than it has been in decades. And there are two causes of it. Number one, we had 4 years under Joe Biden of open borders. We had 12 million people flood across the border, basically an open invitation to every terrorist, every Hamas and Hezbollah and IRGC terrorist.
we got Teddy out there pushing this now.
Come to America.
I don't know if that's last night or what, but yeah. And then you got this bullshit going on at cruise ships. Just think of it. You just want to go on a nice vacation with your family. You buy some nice expensive cruise ship tickets. Travel out to the harbor, go to the water. All excited. You're gonna go on a nice Caribbean cruise. And then you get there and you get in line. and you see who will be occupying the cruise ship with you.
On my mama. That's a kid. On my mama. Beat her ass then. That's a kid. That's a kid. That's a kid, Shorty.
That is like 100 people just... I don't even know what's going on. We don't have to live like this. Well, I mean, I guess we do. I guess we do, don't we? Trump's Air Force One, the new one. Out for test drives. That is a good looking plane. Looks considerably better than I expected it to, based on art and whatnot and other imagery I'd seen of it. It looks nice. Looks nice in the sky. Oh, this whole event was just psychotic, this JNS event.
First of all, you're right. The alliance is at a precarious moment.
People getting up on stage saying some really weird stuff. Okay, Trump here today. You mentioned yesterday that the Interior Department has video and photos of people like going to the, what do you call it, the reflecting pool and vandalizing it, basically.
You mentioned yesterday that the Interior Department has video and photos. We reached out to them and they haven't shared it with us. Are you going to compel them to release
They've arrested, I think, 6 people on the reflecting pool. So the reflecting pool looks fantastic. I just got pictures of it. It's beautiful. But somebody went in with a knife and cut it. They cut it up good. And then they cut a 350-foot slip in the form of lots of little slips, real horrible stuff, and they destroyed the grass. We put a brand new big load of grass out there, they destroyed it. So it's all being fixed, but it's a shame. So I understand 5 or 6 people are arrested. The Interior Department can refer to you on that. And I hear they have 6 people under investigation.
You mentioned yesterday that the Interior Department has video and photos.
Federal court allows Trump admin to resume speedy deportations. Bon voyage. Have a good flight. Or ride on a bus, or however it is you're getting home. Don't come back. Let me see if we can find that. Deportations.
From Fox News correspondent Bill Malugin stating that...
Well, this is on the Supreme Court this morning. Let's see.
In a 6-3 decision, SCOTUS rules that DHS can strip green card holders and lawful permanent residents of their legal status if they leave the country and travel abroad while they are facing criminal charges, even if they are just pending and not convicted yet. So a little bit more information from the Associated Press, as the Supreme Court has sided with the Trump administration in an immigration case dealing with the government's power over green card holders accused of crime. So this was a 6-3 decision, and this decision centers around an immigration officer's 2012 decision to put lawful permanent resident, one of them, on immigration parole when he returned from a short trip to China because he had been accused of a counterfeiting crime. So this defendant argued that overstepped the officer's authority, and the decision wrongly allowed the Department of Homeland Security to begin deportation proceedings after he pleaded guilty to selling counterfeit clothes in New Jersey. Well, the High Court disagreed, stating, this is an opinion,
really coming here to make something of himself.
Opinion written by Justice Clarence Thomas, quote, border officers did not have the burden to establish by clear and convincing evidence that Lau, the defendant, had committed a crime involving moral turpitude. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson disagreed, writing that the decision put Lau on immigration parole, effectively sentencing him to immigration limbo before he had been convicted of any crime. She breaking news.
Okay. No more on that.
Out for a key to
Released 5 opinions today, including that one. But no decisions on the most high-profile pending cases, such as the birthright citizenship challenge that is still just floating out there, waiting to be heard, I guess.
Supreme Court watch, and we're still looking out for a key decision. Shannon Bream has the latest with today's opinions and what we're still watching, and Thursday could be a big day, Shannon.
It absolutely could. All right, Dana, I'm sorry. I feel like a broken record. We're doing this again. Another release day out here in the pouring rain of the Supreme Court. We got 5 opinions. None of them were on our watch list. So we're coming down to the wire. The term is supposed to end Thursday. That's unlikely, given that there are still 12 outstanding opinions. We care about birthright citizenship. There are trans athlete cases out of West Virginia and Idaho where they've banned biologically born males from being in female sports. There's a case about how many days past Election Day you can count mail-in ballots. There are other things stretching and looking at just how far the president's executive power goes with things like dismissing a Fed board governor. So there are a lot of biggies. We know for
Okay, interesting. Now, oh boy. Oh, speaking of the reflecting pool, yes. There's an algae rally. Yes.
For algae.
A rally for algae.
That's happening at the Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool.
Let's grow algae. Let's grow. Woo! Algae smarter than MAGA. Algae smarter than MAGA. $1.1 million for you all to watch Pond Scum.
Do you think there'll be tadpoles in there soon?
I think there should be tadpoles.
A whole bunch of children for you?
This is why we should not have closed down insane asylums. On the one hand, you have the algae cheerleaders. On the other, vandals. President Trump says at least 5 people have been arrested for vandalizing the reflecting pool. But MS Now is calling the crackdown a symbol of authoritarianism.
All of a sudden, something that you played in, something that when I came to visit Washington, I also played, splashed around in, all of a sudden that's a crime. And so we're gonna have a kid who's splashing around in a pool in Washington, D.C., like thousands of kids do all the time, where we're gonna put them in handcuffs? Like, that's, to me, is the ultimate sort of symbol of how this country has fallen into disrepair and authoritarianism.
I don't think you did splash around in the reflecting pool. It's not a public swimming pool. Nobody swims.
Wow. They're installing security cameras. Oh my goodness. Golly. All right, down the pile we go. Plenty to look at today. What the fuck is that? Oh, yeah, Dan Goldman's chief of staff. That's right. Dan Goldman's chief of staff, go figure it, is a pervert. He's a pervert. He's an open and proud pervert. Being paid $128,000 a year with your money. Which, of course, he spends on pervert gear.
We're still looking out for...
Okay. Oh, Bill Pulte
Bill Pulte, the acting director of national intelligence, had promised to make hundreds of cuts, and this morning sources tell us those firings are now underway. Now, it is not clear how many jobs are going to be affected, but sources say the National Counterterrorism Center is likely to be hit hard. Pulte, who just took over the role last week, today's actually his second full day on the job, is a Trump loyalist with zero intelligence experience. But the president has made clear he wants him to slash jobs at the agency, and Trump says he thinks Pulte is actually better able to make these cuts because he's in the role temporarily. Trump saying he's less shackled to do this. Now, Democrats and many Republicans have strongly opposed Pulte being in this role, even for the short term, and they've tried to prevent this. All of this and these cuts are sure to be a topic of conversation when the president meets tomorrow with Senate Republicans, Michael.
Yeah, the whole thing makes you shake your head, Mary. And we're also learning the Pentagon, they're asking for nearly $80 billion for the Iran war.
Yeah, Michael, the Pentagon is asking Congress for $80 billion to cover the cost of the war with Iran and other budget shortfalls. Lawmakers have been pressing the Trump administration to provide a more comprehensive price tag for this conflict. The last update from the administration had the cost of the war at $29 billion, Michael.
All right, Mary Bruce, thank you for bringing that to us.
Iran banking services hit by a massive cyber attack. Oh, wonder who did that. Okay, we did that. Oh yeah, here we go. Besant will control Iranian unfrozen assets so that they will flow into buying American food and American medical supplies for the Iranian people. So it is at least going to have some sort of direct benefit.
News alert: President Trump
economic benefit
isn't letting up when it comes to pressure
in
on
some sense, rather than just dumping money
on the Islamic Republic, issuing a fresh warning to Tehran about compliance, but Iranian leadership doesn't sound all the way on board with the agreement.
Trey Yingst joins us live from Tel Aviv with the latest. Hey, Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. After Vice President J.D. Vance announced that Iran has agreed to allow international atomic energy inspectors into their country.
Really?
President Trump posted on Truth Social this morning.
So they did it, huh? They're actually going to allow it.
Saying in part, if they did not agree to this, there would be no further negotiations. Well, the Iranians today are going on the record saying they did not agree to this point.
Oh my goodness gracious, here we fucking go.
Listen.
These guys, they have never agreed to this. Like in the past, it's always been one of their little bugaboo issues. They just refuse to, they won't do it.
We neither had a meeting with the Director General of the International Atomic Energy Agency, nor do we have any plan for the agency to inspect Iran's nuclear facilities damaged as a result of the U.S. military aggression and the Zionist regime. Fundamentally, there is no procedure in this regard.
Now, President Trump spoke from the Oval Office on Monday, saying that if Iran doesn't live up to their end of the agreement, he'll do what he has to do.
Can't trust a single... None of these people. The entire Middle East, none of them.
The focus over the next 60 days will be resolving issues surrounding Iran's nuclear program and keeping the Strait of Hormuz
and for
open.
the longest time, we should just wash our hands of the whole damn thing, pack up and go home. Leave them to each other's pleasant company.
With the
Let them figure it out.
initial agreement in place, millions of barrels of crude oil are leaving the Persian Gulf each day.
We took in more oil yesterday than has ever gone through the strait. You probably see that we have an oil gusher. The strait is totally open. You know that, and we're negotiating. We'll see how that all goes, but. We have two things. We have an open strait, and we have a country that will never have a nuclear weapon. Will never, ever have a nuclear weapon.
On Monday, the U.S. Treasury authorized Iranian oil sales, temporarily waiving long-placed sanctions against the Iranian regime. The sanctions relief will be controlled by the United States, and unfrozen money Iran receives in the future would be used to purchase food and medical supplies for the Iranian people, according to President Trump. Now, there is this other broad issue of Lebanon and the exchange of fire between Israel and Hezbollah. The Israelis today targeted a cell of Hezbollah gunmen in the southern part of Lebanon. They say they had intelligence that these militants were planning an attack against their forces. Guys?
Wow. So, Trey, that is pretty big. If they deny right away that there's inspections, and one of the first things J.D. Vance said is they've agreed to bring back the IAEA, and we made a call at 2 o'clock in the morning and nobody picked up. How could they be in the same meeting and divert and have a divergent view on something as fundamental as that?
Yeah, it's a great question because it raises other questions, not just about their nuclear program and their willingness to make these serious commitments, but also about the Strait of Hormuz. The language that is being exchanged here is...
Wow. I mean, I can't say I'm surprised. It's kind of how they work.
President Trump is.
Dan Goldman slanders President Trump as the enemy despite multiple assassination attempts against him. Yeah, well, that's Dan. That's Dan Goldman. Counting his gold.
Congressman Goldman, do you condemn the
Not much of a man, but whatever.
violence from the protesters? Sir, I'm an American citizen on federal property here, sir. Excuse me. Is this federal property or no? This is public property, sir. You should go where the press is. You can't touch me. I do whatever I want, man. This is I'm an American citizen.
This is Butt Boy.
Public property. I'm not touching.
This is Chief of Staff Butt Boy.
You did touch me. You came over here and touched me. Public. He's over here. This is public property. Trump. Who are you here for? When did I say I support Trump? I never said that. He's over here calling illegal aliens. Just because I don't support you doesn't mean I support Trump. Who are you here for? I'm here for myself. Are you here for the immigrants that are being detained? I'm here for myself. Are you here for the immigrants that are being detained? I'm here.
Dad, you can practically smell the fecal matter from here. Sorry. What?
Response.
Okay, Mike Lee on Senate. Senate's gonna have some more recess time. Gotta go. Ding, 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 it's recess, Senate. Time to go to the playground.
They say it would take at least months. Your response?
Shannon, days or weeks can feel like months or years to United States senators who want to be doing other things. The truth is we haven't tried what I believe it takes to get the Save America Act passed, which is to put it on the floor and to say we're going to debate this for weeks. And we'll stay through weekends. We'll stay through previously scheduled recesses if necessary. But we're going to stay on this bill until it passes. Nothing sharpens the mind. Nothing hastens agreement. Nothing will bring about face-saving and perfecting amendments, quite like the obligation to stay in and debate something that is popular with the American people, when filibustering senators trying to slow it down are becoming steadily less popular in their arguments.
They say it would take at least months. Your response?
Iran's President Pezeshkian meets Pakistan's Field Marshal Asim Munir. What a prestigious meeting. Wow. Oh, they got the Ferris wheel up now on the National Mall. Let's see it. Oh, that's well, I mean, shit, I guess I was kind of hoping for a bigger one. Oh well. I mean, it's not too bad. Come on now. There we go.
Process. U.S. judge has rejected
Activist Minnesota U.S. Judge Patrick Schultz Bush appointed, has blocked the Trump admin's grand jury subpoenas targeting Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and AG Keith Ellison and over a dozen other state and local officials for failing to cooperate with the Trump admin's immigration crackdown.
DOJ subpoenas issued to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey over their refusal to cooperate with President Trump's federal immigration crackdown. The judge writing in his ruling that he feels the subpoenas were, quote, a blatantly unlawful and unethical use of the grand jury process. The Department of Justice has not yet responded to that ruling. U.S. Judge
Gay. Trump announces Iran's frozen assets will buy American goods exclusively.
Live up to their agreement, or if they're not behaving, I will do what I have to do.
Does that give them leverage over you, Mr. President?
Say it?
Does that give them leverage, the Iranians leverage over you?
Oh, you're so leverage. You know, their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their leaders are all dead.
I think we saw that, but Gianni Infantino, FIFA president. We're going to be together with President Trump, enjoying the World Cup final and handing the trophy to the winner together. It better be the USA.
The President of the United States gave out the club trophy when the World Club Championships were here at Giants Stadium, same venue. Yeah. Will the President be giving out the World Cup?
We will be together with the President, enjoying the final and handing the trophy to the winner, of course, together.
Together you'll be doing it?
Of course, we are.
Oh, neato. Tomorrow, the F-16 Viper demo team will perform a patriotic flyover above the National Mall as part of the kickoff celebration for the Great American State Fair. You won't want to miss the team's special red, white, and blue F-16 Vipers flying over our nation's capital in tribute to 250 years of American independence. Well, cool. I hope they pass over this way. Trump announces 6 arrests in the vandalism of the reflecting pool, I think we saw, but... Yep, got him. Illegal alien Antonio Melendez Reyes has just been indicted for abusing a 16-year-old in New York as she walked home. Violating, we'll go with that. Violating a 16-year-old in New York as she walked home.
Talk about abolishing ICE. What you are talking about is allowing every drug cartel, every Mexican criminal organization like the Sinaloa cartel, you're talking about letting every terrorist organization on planet Earth prey freely upon American men, women, and children. Worst of all, the children. You remember names like Jocelyn Nungary, where 2 illegal alien gang members from Trinidad were released on purpose, deliberately, by the Biden administration and sexually assaulted and killed this precious little angel. Thousands of examples just like that. They know what happens. They know they're causing it. They don't care because they've become that extreme and that dangerous. And thank God we have President Trump in the White House, in the Oval Office, defending and protecting this nation every day. He has to fight 2 battles every day. He has to fight a battle against the criminals and the terrorists and the foreign enemies of this country. He has to fight a battle against the Democrats who are providing aid, shelter, and comfort to those same enemies.
Okay. Oh, Saltwater Rabbit says, are there noises on your end? I'm hearing background noises. Uh-oh. Such as? Let me check something. Oh yeah, it's probably my bots working. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let me quiet them down. I don't even hear it. I just kind of tune them out. So there we go. If that's what it was, they should pipe down now. All right. We'll see how that does.
I invited him to come. I'm responsible for the Wednesday lunch. So I invited him to come to lunch on Wednesday, and let's talk about how we get it done. What can he do? What can we do? But we've got to get the SAVE.
Scott pushing Senate Republicans to hold a floor vote every single day on the SAVE Act. Oh, that'll be the day.
America Act passed. Is it hard? Yeah. Do we have the votes today? No. But that doesn't mean we don't have the votes tomorrow. I mean, this is how the process works. You fight every day to get something done, and you listen to people. You say, okay, so what's your issue?
Yeah, tell that to fucking
How can I
thing.
solve your issue? I'm a business guy. How do I get my deals done? I built the largest hospital company. I talk to people and solve their problems. That's what we have to do. People want secure elections. We need to pass this.
Yeah, and I keep hearing, like, my whole life, the Senate's a deliberative body, so now it's time to deliberate and change minds, and that's what you do. Senator Mike Lee, who's been a robust voice for the Save America Act, he put this up because there was some confusion that there were not 50 votes for the SAVE Act.
I invited him to come. I'm responsible for the Wednesday lunch.
Well, at this point, there may as well have been no votes for the SAVE Act. Oh god, this stupid hag. Sparkle Suknanan Pini faces mass calls to be impeached and removed from the bench after she basically declared herself president and protected illegal aliens voting nationwide. Where was this? DC? Yeah. Trump reveals a stunning record number of barrels of oil just flowed through the Straits of Hormuz. 19 billion. Oh, pardon. Misread that. 19 million with an M. Barrels of oil flowed out of the Hormuz Strait yesterday. An all-time record.
Strait. We took in more oil yesterday than has ever gone through the strait. You probably see that we have an oil gusher. The strait is totally open. You know that, and we're negotiating. We'll see how that all goes. But we have two things: we have an open strait, and we have a country that will never have a nuclear weapon. Will never, ever have a nuclear weapon.
What are oil prices at? Okay, about. Show me. There we go. 6 months. Okay, so well on its way down to pre-Iran peak, or low rather. Rubio headed to the Middle East to build support with America's Gulf allies.
American and Iranian teams remain on the ground in Switzerland to keep those talks moving forward. Meanwhile, Secretary of State Marco Rubio is headed to the Persian Gulf to build support with our allies. He's going to the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain and Kuwait. White House correspondent Aisha Hasni now. Aisha.
Hey, Harris, and a potential bump in the road this morning. The White House is pushing back on Iran's claims that it has not agreed to allow UN inspectors into the country to take a look at its nuclear facilities. It's a big part of this deal, a center of this deal, and they're saying that they have not agreed.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Then there will be opportunities, and those opportunities could include investment, as you've seen other countries in this region benefit from investment, from foreign direct investment. It won't be our investment, it won't be our government money, but I think that is something that's going to have to depend on progress made on a host of other security issues that
Talking about money flowing into Iran.
have to be confronted in the days to come.
The allies here in the region.
Well, that most certainly will come up in these conversations. And there are items outside the MOU that are certainly going to be covered, but that's one that will have to be covered. It'll be discussed. I think a careful reading of the MOU will see that when you talk about, for example, a complete and end of hostilities in the entire region, well, that's not possible. You can't have the end of hostilities and conflicts in the region as long as Iranian proxies are launching missiles and drones from Iraq and are participating in terrorism like Hamas did and like Hezbollah did. So I do think it's covered by the MOU, and it is an issue that will be gotten to at the appropriate time in these negotiations.
Let me ask you about Hormuz concerns to allies here in the region.
Well, that most certainly will come up in these.
Interesting. All right. Can the U.S. and allies guarantee freedom of navigation in the strait?
And allies, can they guarantee navigation, freedom of navigation in the strait?
Well, that's the law. It's an international waterway. No country is allowed to charge tolls or fees on an international waterway. That's existing international law. That's the way it is in international waterways all over the world, and that's the way we expect it'll be here. So I don't think we have anybody to convince around here in that regard. I think all the countries in this region would agree with us.
Elon Musk exposes that U.S. aid funding was used for terrorism.
Not spending the money because we got rid of a USAID program. This goes right to the criticisms that I keep hearing from that side over there about us not spending the money because we got rid of a USAID program. USAID basically was a program, was a system that was completely devoid of our public policy. It operated almost as an independent State Department, and oftentimes USAID was operating in contravention and contradiction of what the embassy was trying to accomplish in the host country. And one of the complaints you would get from many developing countries is that they would get flooded with NGOs that were picked for them. These NGOs would then operate in the country without even coordinating with the government, doing whatever they wanted and pursuing what they wanted. And in some cases, it extended well beyond food and medicine. It extended to political interference and all sorts of other activities in these countries that were undermining the national interest and the credibility of the United States. Now, these compacts in particular are promising and exciting because they are government-to-government arrangements. No longer do we put money into a bucket and says, this is for vaccines, or this is for medical care, or this is for standing up clinics globally. We are doing it individually, country by country. And the reason why that makes sense is because every country has unique needs. Some country may need more help in some area than in others. But at the core of this arrangement that we're making with countries is their desire and our goal to ultimately help them build their own national health systems so that eventually they no longer are dependent on foreign aid.
Oh, wouldn't that be the day? Hallelujah. Bring it on. Elon Musk is suing Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna's a moron. He deserves it, I'm sure. This is pretty nuts. AG Blanche this morning announcing a jaw-dropping healthcare fraud bust, totaling so far in this one 455 defendants. Mind-boggling. Almost 500 freaking defendants in this one go alone.
Point over the past. Today we are announcing federal and state charges, all of which were charged or unsealed at some point over the past 2 weeks.
And how many billion? $6.5 billion.
Days. Coordinated nationwide action. Since June 8th, we've charged 455 defendants across 56, like I said a minute ago, U.S. attorneys' offices, and 45 U.S. states and territories. As alleged in the various indictments, these individuals participated in healthcare fraud schemes involving over $6.5 billion in false claims submitted to Medicare, Medicaid, and other healthcare programs. The team around me will get into more specifics, but here are a few points that stand out. In one indictment, we're bringing charges against a corporate executive in Arizona in connection to over a $1 billion fraud involving unnecessary wound grafts. Today,
it's quite a bit of money. more every other day, it seems. They got another case, one after another. Good to see.
The second largest amount ever charged in a $6.5 billion in alleged fraud. The second largest amount ever charged in a single health care fraud operation. The Department of Justice charged a record number of Medicaid fraud defendants. More than 440 defendants now face charges. This effort brought together federal agencies, state partners, and U.S. territories across the United States. 18 of the participating states, as Attorney General Blanche pointed out, were blue states with Democrats.
It's just fucking mind-boggling, dude. Like, how do you defraud to the tune of billions, with a B, billions of dollars? Let alone multiple billions. I mean, even millions, hundreds of millions is, like, astonishing. I mean, how does that just go unnoticed for however long it went unnoticed for? Well, it doesn't. It doesn't, does it? Shouldn't. So how did it?
The defendant alleged one patient's test results showing an enlarged heart. The defendant allegedly signed off on the test results within approximately 11 seconds of accessing the 63 test result images. As a result, the student was cleared to play, and he suffered sudden cardiac arrest and died on the basketball court just weeks later.
Nice.
That is why we cannot and will not tolerate fraud in healthcare. How are we going about targeting fraud in healthcare? We are following the data. Data talks and data doesn't lie. One page.
If they're smart, that's how they're doing this. It sounds like it. You ought to be able to pick up the scent and tell that something screwy is going on somewhere just from looking at numbers on a sheet of paper. Well, effectively. These days, it'd be a computer doing it, obviously, and AI systems and so on and so forth, picking out odd patterns popping up. Numbers doing things they shouldn't. Money flowing in ways it shouldn't. Yep. If they're doing their part, there is a lot more where that came from.
Two really important ones. The first is, in the first quarter of last year, we revoked billing privileges for fraudsters of 1,006 providers. Pretty good result, we thought, at the time. This same period this year, the first quarter, we made 1,400 revocations. That's a 40% increase over last year. So 40% more revocations. We also have payment suspensions where we just don't pay the bill because we don't think it's legitimate. And this is impressive. The first half of this year, we made 1,000 Medicare payment suspensions. 1,000. That's a lot of people. Nearly 800, by the way, from one state, California.
Holy shit, are you kidding me? Thank you, Jay Strongman 007. What the fuck? Bomb threat and 20 snipers claim at Springfield Town Center Mall in Fairfax? The fuck are they doing there? It's a shithole. A shithole mall. Last I checked. All right, we got to divert to that. What the heck? Let's see. Springfield Mall. Yeah, whoa. Well, it looks like it's improved since I last ventured that way.
Apparently there's a shooter.
Oh, it's inside again?
Yeah, they're evacuating everybody out of all the stores.
Apparently there's like a shooter, so I'm just gonna stand here and like take a social media video. OMG. Then I'll get. Come on, give me some more goods here. Oh, that's old. That's old business. Something big going on at Springfield Mall in Virginia. Terrorism, I know this mall very well. Shopped it, yeah. Used to be pretty nice. There you go. Not nearly as nice as Tyson's. Okay. 20 bombs and 2 snipers claimed at Springfield Town Center Mall in Virginia. What the fuck, dude?
We have him in cuffs, Chief. This active. What more should be taken?
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
21 X-ray responding to the Mount Vernon Hospital. Responding to the Mount Vernon Hospital. Watch this Alpha. Watch your command post start. Command post timer started. You're 10 minutes into the incident.
Thank you.
Never.
Scout 640 out.
Go ahead.
Scout 640 out. I just saw him at the target. Is there a unit inside target?
610 Bravo was in with them getting their keys. 610 Bravo, are you still there? Scout 610 Bravo.
Where are they in the hospital?
Scout 5 Bravo, what's your location inside the hospital?
I'm gonna go back a little bit.
630, I copy on off.
Scout 640 out.
Go ahead. Scout 5 Bravo, I'm out to the cell phone rest. Office area 52.
Neighborhood 60.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm inside the mall with the shopping center, guys. I'll work on getting security to start evacuating. The watch commander can just help out with the outer perimeter. Thank you. Shopping center 65. We can have an officer respond to Macy's and Target to advise them to close the store and have people start exiting there as well.
You're right. Can I get 1 unit to Macy's and 1 unit to Target?
I'll be at Target here shortly.
I'm sorry, but 20 bombs? 20?
They were 600. I can hit Macy's.
Sorry. Scout 621 Alpha. We're at Dix and we're having people right now. Okay. Scout 611 Bravo.
60 Bravo.
Go ahead.
We're still.
Is that like confirmed threats? Just threats of bombs?
Ton of traffic going to the mall. The priority as of right now, we're going to have to block the entrances to the mall. Those units not on those entrances, mark out on your CAD and ensure that we're fully covered in the full perimeter around this mall.
Scout 621 Alpha, do you also want the employees to leave the mall?
950 Bravo. 205 Bravo.
Go ahead.
Reference on 950 odd.
Yeah, just be advised, looks like your subject is on probation.
I'm direct, thank you.
1746.
Team is on the way there as well.
What was that?
Rock 2.
Good.
Yeah, Rock 2, I'm sorry. DRF 2 is on scene, and the drone response team is on the way there as well.
Something response team.
You're right. 630 Bravo. 630 Bravo, go ahead.
Drone response team.
31 Bravo. So manager at Macy's is getting ready to make an announcement trying to get all the customers out of the store. 10-4. Attention unit, channel is going to be split. All units not on the bomb threat, please switch over to channel 2. Last unit, can you repeat your traffic?
We have anyone going to the theater to have this evacuated.
City Officer 2.
Go ahead.
Can someone on scene, whether one of the mall units, get us the number for who's in charge directly at the mall that's ordering the overview of the scene?
I feel like Bravo route to the cell phone harassment 6601 Richmond Highway for Chili's. Call of our subject was previously trespassed.
Man, what's the latest? Come on. Let's see.
I'll see as a audio. Go ahead.
All right, some employees just left 54 Restaurant. They advised that there's 5 employees still left inside. I'm going to go and have them all sit right now.
Right.
Hold on, what was that? Say that again, girl.
Have them all sit for Restaurant. They advised that.
Go ahead.
All right, some employees just left 54 restaurant. They advised that there's 5 employees still left inside. I'm going to go and have them open it right now.
Sure.
Live stream credit.
20 Bravo.
20 Bravo, go ahead.
You tracked on that overdose in area 641.
I'm reading it now. 20 Bravo, I'm direct for that unit when we can.
Sir, can you also take a look at that public service?
World News.
Hey, Brown, can you come to the command post, please?
2 snipers and multiple bombs. Yeah, 2 snipers and 20 bombs claimed. Jesus. Let's keep listening.
20 Bravo, I'm direct on the server.
Sir, do you want to respond?
Oh, a little louder.
Yeah, 16 Bravo. Everyone has evacuated from 54 restaurant.
Sure.
That was that restaurant we saw in the video. That 54 restaurant. Right there. Where'd it go? Right there.
Yeah, they're evacuating everybody. That boss. Dispatch to command.
Thank you, sir.
Dispatch to command.
Of course.
Go ahead.
You're going to be 30 minutes in your incident.
10-4.
Scout 11 Alpha, X3200 in area 230 for a commercial burg alarm 8101. Tenson Farms Road. It's going to be for a audible front door 1737.
205 Bravo.
Go ahead.
Hey, sorry, we didn't get a chance to do this earlier. We're dealing with this guy. Start confirmation. Bravo 66143093.
10-4, 1744.
Job, what's up? And my volume's kind of low. I mean, I'm trying to adjust it, but then the
205
scanners.
Bravo. I'm sorry. I think somebody else might have already started confirmation. And was there anything into it yet?
Watch 6 Alpha.
Go ahead.
Watch 6 Alpha. Fairfax 1 can go ahead and clear at this time. We don't believe they're needed right now.
10-4, Fairfax 1, you direct?
Direct, we'll clear.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go see if I can find out. Let me let the fam know about this and see if they can check local Facebook groups and stuff and see if we can find any more info.
10-4, 1745.
It's crazy.
Thank you for your help.
Confirmation hasn't been started. I'm sending it now.
All right, thanks.
1744.
Scout 11 Alpha.
Go ahead.
Can you hold the channel for open door, please?
Direct. I'm telling you, this channel's restricted.
Scout 11 Alpha. Can you close channel? Thank you.
Direct attention. Channel's going to be clear for traffic. 1748.
Scout 11 Alpha.
Go ahead.
The front door is unsecured. The alarm's going off inside. Can you get a hold of the key holder, please?
10-4, 1744.
205 Bravo.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't have a tab with me right now. Whenever it's confirmed, let me know.
Yeah. Warren has confirmed the paperwork's at the warrant.
Correct. You can hold myself and set 21 in route to 81. Thank you.
10-4, that's P51.
Watch 6 Alpha, 60 Bravo. 60 Bravo, go ahead. Hey, we're location on the search. We are just about to hit the parking garage.
They're like just getting there?
Lego or Macy's? Lego. All right, 10-4.
630 Alpha.
Go ahead.
30 Alpha. Parking level 3 of the lowest parking garage is clear.
10-4.
60.
Audio is not looped. The audio is recorded on a server. People got here late. So we played all of the audio up until the latest radio traffic, and then we started it over, and we will continue to play it until we get the latest radio traffic again. It's not
interesting.
Not being played on a loop as it's being stacked into the server.
So it's slightly out of date. Interesting.
It plays each audio file. Just so you know.
Well, how do we just get the real time shit, my guy?
Putting out bogus information on other people's channels.
60 Bravo, parking level 2 of the
Springfield. You finding anything?
This is all dispatch.
As discussed during dispatch call, dispatchers received a bomb threat at a mall in the Springfield area. A caller used a distorted voice, said they had placed multiple pipe bombs around the mall, and claimed that 2 armed shooters were on the way. So, it's not a confirmed actual shooting or anything yet, just a threat, I guess. Jeez. Yikes.
Garage is clear. Denver.
60 Bravo, the first level of the Lewisdale parking garage is clear.
Sure.
Copy 100 Bravo, 220 Bravo, area 200 for a commercial hold-up alarm at 2600 Huntington.
Interesting. Yeah, it won't be loud enough. That's all right. Yeah. Well, shoot. We'll check back on that in a little bit. Here we go. Caller with voice changer calls into Fairfax County Police Department saying there's 20 pipe bombs hidden in the mall and shooters. Police evacuating the mall have closed off the exits and entrances to be safe. Sketchy. Okay, let's keep going here. Knew where we were here, but Let's skip some of that. It's this morning. Here we go. Let's see Trump. I think on the way to Pennsylvania.
You want to see trouble? Let them have a nuclear weapon. We're doing very well with Iran. They've been decimated, and we're making a deal with them, and we'll see how that all goes. And right now, as you probably heard yesterday, we had 19 barrels of oil, 19 million barrels of oil come off, and that's the biggest in the history of the Strait, the Hormuz Strait. Our stock market is through the roof, and oil prices are tumbling. We actually hit for a moment today. In fact, I think it's going to break it, $70 a barrel. That's lower than we were when we started, and it's been amazing. And the big thing is Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. You want to see trouble?
Is it for the IAEA inspectors? Is that part of your agreement?
They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. They know they're wrong. They told us inside, and we have it down 100% inspections. And if they were right, I'd cancel the meetings right now.
When will those, from your view, Mr. President, when will those inspectors actually be on the ground?
At the appropriate time. At the appropriate time. There's no rush, but they'll be on the ground at the appropriate time.
Okay.
Has told you many times he doesn't believe that they have the vote to pass
Being a leader's about. You know, he's a leader. John's a leader. That's what being as a leader about. Look, we have to be able to get proof of citizenship when you vote. Otherwise, we don't have elections. We have to be able to get voter ID. So they've arrested, I think, 6 people on the reflecting pool.
Talking about the reflecting pool.
The reflecting pool looks fantastic. I just got pictures of it. It's beautiful. But somebody went in with a knife and cut it. They cut it up good. And then they cut a 200, 350-foot slip in the form of lots of little slips, real horrible stuff, and they destroyed the grass. We put a brand new big load of grass out there, and they destroyed it. So it's all being fixed, but it's a shame. So I understand 5 or 6 people are arrested. The Interior Department can refer to you on that. And I hear they have 6 people under investigation.
Oh, 6 others. Oh, man.
We have Iran in a position that nobody's ever had. This should have been done for 47 years by other presidents. And we have Iran in a position where their military has been totally wiped out. Their leadership has been wiped out. Their radar has been wiped out. Everything's been wiped out. They have not a good negotiating position. But despite that, and money that will be taken out of Iran is going to go to our farmers to give corn, soybeans, wheat to Iran because they have a hunger problem, they have a food problem, they have a medicine problem, they got a lot of problems, and they have an inflation. Their inflation now just at 300%. So they have a lot of problems. We have Iran in a...
Well, dang.
We need to understand the real...
Hush up for a second, lady. Okay, we'll go to her. Mike Ben says, riddle me this, Rokana. If closing U.S. aid could cause so many child deaths in Africa, why would the African Union's top diplomat in D.C. here celebrate U.S. aid shutdown? Well, good question.
To understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They're coming to fill in the gaps in government services, gaps in education, gaps in healthcare. They are coming in claiming that they're introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. They're talking about government advocacy. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good, but they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID.
I will say this, even with the reforms I will say this.
We need to understand.
And I do believe that even with the reforms we put in place and what we're suggesting is changes to our foreign aid, we still will provide more foreign aid, more humanitarian support than the next 10 countries combined, than the entire OECD.
That is insane.
And far more than China. China doesn't do humanitarian aid. China does predatory lending.
Yep.
That's what Belt and Road Initiative is. That's what all of their aid
investment.
Have no zero record of doing humanitarian aid in the world, and frankly, they don't know how to do it. They have no interest in doing it. What they're very good at is going into some country, making you a loan, and then holding that debt over your head. And that's what they continue doing. By the way, you have to hire a Chinese company to do it. So I don't agree with this assessment that there's no evidence whatsoever that China has either the capacity or the will to replace the U.S. in humanitarian assistance, in food deliveries, or in developmental assistance for that matter. We provide development assistance. They provide debt traps. And that's a point over and over again around the world that we've made, and we've found receptive audiences to it. Now look, anytime you undertake reforms of this magnitude that needed to be made, you're going to have hiccups, and you're also going to have controversy. But these reforms had to happen. At USAID, 12 cents of every dollar was reaching the recipient. That means that in order for us to get, aid to somebody, we had to spend all this other money supporting this foreign aid industrial complex. We're going to find more efficient ways to deliver aid to people directly, and it's going to be directed by our regional bureaus, and it's going to sponsor programs that make a difference, and it's going to be part of a holistic approach to our foreign policy. And I look forward to engaging with this committee and the appropriators as well and ensuring that we get to the right place on that. My last point I would make, and this is something I am very proud of. I believe, and I'm not besmirching anyone else, but I believe that the approach we have taken at the State Department, and frankly at USAID, but at State Department, to move forward reforms that involved intake from all of our partners, that required that input from people within the building. Many of the reforms we've made were driven by people inside the building, many of whom have worked there for 20 or 30 years. And now we are engaged with Congress, both in the House and Senate, in a comment period where we're taking many of your comments and are making changes to our organizational proposals that we look forward to bringing back to you with an official congressional notification. And even after that, there'll be an opportunity to move forward. But the State Department had to change. I'm telling you, it was no longer at the center of American foreign policy. It had often been replaced by the National Security Council or by some other agency of government, when in fact we have these highly talented people, many of whom have served in multiple posts around the world and have a holistic view of how foreign policy needs to be conducted, that were being edged out. Because you know what? When I get a decision memo early on at the State Department and they would hand me these memos, there were 40 boxes on this piece of paper. That means 40 people had to check off, yes, okay, before it even got to me. That's ridiculous. That takes too long. That's why people said don't use State Department. They take too long and it's too cumbersome. And any one of those little boxes didn't get checked, the memo didn't move up the chain. That can't continue. We can't move at that pace in this world. Events happen quickly. And we have to be able to move at the pace of relevance. And so I hope to work with you in a productive way to make that possible. You're not going to like all the changes, but I want you to know what the intent of the changes are. It is not to dismantle American foreign policy, and it is not to withdraw us from the world. Because I just hit 18 countries in 18 weeks. That doesn't sound like much of a withdrawal. And I see some of these foreign ministers, including individuals from Ukraine, more than I've seen my own children. And I talk to them at least 3 times a week. We are engaged in the world, but we're going to be engaged in a world that makes sense and that's smart. And that isn't about saving money. It is about ensuring that we are delivering to our people what they deserve, a foreign policy that makes America stronger, safer, and more prosperous.
All right, I hope you're ready to have your mind blown, because let's go over what this actually means if 12 cents of every dollar went to the recipients from USAID and 88 cents were sent to NGOs like Marco Rubio says. So here's a breakdown from foreignassistance.gov, which is an official government breakdown of how much money was sent from USAID to organizations overseas, and it looks like there was about 250 to 300 billion. So a midpoint is $280 billion sent by USAID over the last 10 years. That's what we use for the calculation. So to actual recipients, direct aid, only about $33 billion was given, and that's being pretty generous. To NGOs, that means they pocketed 88% of that money. So they took $246 billion out of $280 billion. So think about that. This means 7 times more money went to the NGOs than the actual people that it was supposed to help over the last decade. That is $246 billion that was just straight up stolen and laundered by NGOs. And just to put how much money that really is into perspective, it would cost only $40 billion per year to end world hunger. And they laundered $246 billion to NGOs.
Okay.
Once we take power, there has to be a
Ro Khanna, idiot. Europe must be ready to replace key U.S. weaponry soon, quote unquote, soon. Yeah, that clock's ticking, buddy. Dr. Anthony Fauci has been subpoenaed to testify publicly before a Senate panel following the release of documents that supporters of the subpoena indicate the former director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases may have provided misleading testimony to lawmakers. May have. Oh, he did. And he's probably going to do it again.
That was Porter Robert Goodwin's sentence as he pleaded no
Scam artist who lied to kids about going on school field trips ordered to pay back families more than $600,000. What?
That was Porter Robert Goodwin's sentence as he pleaded no contest to 2 counts of grand theft over $100,000. He was also given 6 months in jail and 25 years probation. He has to pay back more than $637,000 he stole from the victims from Flagler College and Seabreeze High School.
The heck?
High school group booked a 9-day trip to Europe in 2023, each paying a minimum of $3,500.
And he's scammed them all? He took it all?
But 1 month before the trip, Goodwin said he was going out of business and could not give refunds.
Wow.
He then shut down his website, phone numbers, and email addresses and just simply disappeared. He was arrested months later on the other side of the country in California.
Scummy. Water usage, data center water usage has been a hot topic in the AI data center world. Yeah, the actual numbers are nowhere near what the screeching will tell you. Oh, that doesn't say anything. All right. Data centers use 0.2% of daily water usage in the US, and that number has decreased in the past few years. due to a new method, liquid cooling. By moving to 45 degrees Celsius liquid cooling, AI factories in favorable climates can use dry coolers instead of conventional cooling tower-based systems, cutting water use from roughly 2.6 million gallons per megawatt per year to effectively zero. Yeah, like nothing. They just keep recirculating the same water over and over.
Authoritarians have grown.
Remember now, I'm 7
What is this nonsense? Nah.
years old. My brother's 6.
Clarence Thomas turned 78 today, did he?
Remember now, I'm 7 years old. My brother's 6. And he says to us, you are going to go to school every day. And if you are sick, you're still going. And if you die, you will go, I will take your body for 3 days to make sure you're not faking. And he meant it. I mean, the thing about it is, it's one thing if somebody says it and you think they're exaggerating. He wasn't that kind of guy. The Catholic schools were very orderly. My brother used to say, when you walked in there, you could hear a gnat tiptoeing across cotton. It was segregated. The nuns didn't much appreciate the fact that blacks were treated that way. They were mostly Irish nuns, and they were outspoken too. Oh God, I love it. They were on our side from day one.
Oopsie.
And today I'm especially honored to be...
Trump at the Mack Truck facility today.
And today I'm especially honored to be here in the place that builds some of the toughest vehicles on the road, Mack Trucks. Mack Trucks is doing a great job. We have all of the Mack people, the chairman. We have the whole group here, all the leaders, the big guys. They're trying to get a contract for 15,000 trucks. 15,000. I said, that's a lot. I said, how many are you looking for? 10, 15? No, 15,000, sir. That's a lot of trucks. For more than 100 years, this legendary company has been making trucks right here in eastern Pennsylvania, building the heavy-duty machinery that keeps our economy rolling, our factories moving, and our industries roaring all across the nation. And you are the men and women who put your pride and spirit into those beautiful words, stamped on every Mack truck that said, made in the USA. It's made in the USA. And starting on my first day back in office, and this goes all the way back to 2016 too, but right from a year and a half ago, nobody's ever seen anything like this. We're the hottest country anywhere in the world by a lot. But I stood up to the trade cheaters. They're cheaters and abusers and violators of the world like no president has ever stood up before. And now I'm standing up again because Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon, if that's okay. And we're doing quite well. I placed 50% tariffs on foreign copper, aluminum, and steel so they couldn't come in and steal your jobs. And sometimes even more than 100% tariffs. They weren't going to come in from foreign lands and steal your jobs. If they wanted to come in, they pay 100%, they pay 200%, they pay I don't care what it is. They're not going to steal your jobs, okay? And they stop. And right now we have more factories being built, and I mean car factories, AI factories, factories of every type, than we've ever had in the history of our country by 3 times. That's because they didn't want to pay the tariff. How don't you pay a tariff? You build your factory here and you hire American workers. It's quite simple, actually. But as you know, I placed a 25% tariff on foreign automobiles, and very importantly, I posed a 25% tariff on medium and heavy-duty trucks so that Mack Truck could do very well with its factory in Pennsylvania. But all American roads will be filled with American trucks very shortly. Very few people are able to compete with us anymore. They used to rip us off. It was like we were a bunch of babies. American labor worked with us, too. I just met the head of your unions, and they've been terrific. They work with us, and they're fair. They treated us good. Maybe we can negotiate a little bit tougher. Where the hell are the union guys? Those guys are great. They're great. There they are. I want to just say hello.
That was great.
As you know, we just achieved a historic peace agreement with Iran to end the conflict in the Strait of Hormuz. And by the way, yesterday, 19 million barrels of oil flowed out of the Strait of Hormuz, a very beautiful place. That's the most oil in the history of the Strait. No, it's never been any, you've never seen anything like that. It's called an oil gusher, and most importantly, we are ensuring one thing very importantly, because this is why I did it. I did it for this reason, 99% for this. Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, and they've agreed to that. But remember, this wasn't easy. We had 47 years worth of presidents and other people, other countries too. We're not the only one that never did anything. They were the bully of the Middle East. And now we're leaving Iran with no Navy, no Air Force, no anti-aircraft, no missile capability, no nuclear program. We're leaving them without any nuclear capacity, and they've agreed to that. And we're getting along quite well, although if you read the fake news, you never know. Think of it. The fake news, they have no army, they have no navy, they have no air force, they have no anti-aircraft. We can fly over Tehran just at will. Nobody going to do anything to us. And then I read the fake news that they're doing quite well. They're not doing quite well. These people right there, look at all of them. Whoa. 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 That's a lot of press. That's almost as much press as Bo had at the White House last week when he knocked out his opponent in the first round. Right? I think you had more. Bo had more press. But the Iran economy has been crushed, and their defense industrial base has been damaged so severely that it'll take them many years to rebuild, many, many years. And now we're trying to work out a deal that's fair. The average price of gasoline nationwide is down 60 cents a gallon just from a short while ago. And
what are we at now?
Remember this. Remember this. We had to make this detour. We had to go to Iran. You can't let them blow up the Middle East and then us, if that's possible. We would have gotten them before, but they would have blown up Israel. They would have blown up the entire Middle East. You can't let that. You want to see a bad economy? That's a bad economy. So, but remember that.
A little under $4. Depending on where you go. Way over, depending on where you go. Some of these prices must be wrong. There's no way. One station at $3.50, another at $4.90. Gotta be out of date or something.
In the middle of this conflict was less than it was for Sleepy Joe Biden. And we're putting out a fire. Biden, Clinton, Bush, all of them. Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him? Have you heard of Barack Hussein Obama? None of them did anything. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in green cash. Remember, on a 747, they flew over piles of cash. $1.7 billion. Gave them hundreds of billions of dollars and thought they could bribe them into peace. No, the only thing they understand is what these guys in the front row understand is the hammer. Because if you look at what we did to their nuclear capacity with those beautiful B-2 bombers, that was truly a hammer. In fact, we named it a hammer, Operation Hammer. But our economy is ready to soar to levels the world has not seen before.
Excuse me. Okay. There we go.
They cheat like hell, but we won it by a lot, and maybe we should run again. Should we run one more time? I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. They cheat like hell, but we won it by a lot, and maybe we should run again. Should we run one more time? I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that. They cheat like hell, but we won it by a lot, and maybe we should run again. Should we run one more time? I'd like to do that. I'd like to do that.
All right, Loop.
We've created.
Was reading something. Highlighting more than 32,000 new Pennsylvania jobs.
Thanks
Nice.
to our great Look at these guys. What love. A friend of mine is a very big real estate developer, but he's got a problem with speaking in front of crowds. He chokes. You know, he chokes like a dog. He said, "How do you do it?"
Chokes like a dog.
I say,
He chokes like a dog.
It's easy because there's so much love in the room. There's so much unbelievable love. It's easy to do, you know? No, he's got this tremendous fear of speaking. He said, the guy's a major player. Most of you have heard of him. And he's a killer. He destroys people for a living, financially, not physically, just financially. Physically, he can barely walk. He's a basket case. But he's up here, he's very smart. And he destroys people. He's very rich. But he can't get up in front of a crowd and talk. I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I don't know, I have a fear of crowds. Do you believe it?
Can you believe it?
What love. A friend of mine is a very big real estate developer.
He's a basket case.
But Venezuela's been great, and Iran's been great. I mean, you know, if Iran's reasonable, if they're smart, otherwise we'll have to finish the job, which will take about maybe less than a week. But they're going to be okay, I think. They're going to do what they have to do because we want to have it done. But Venezuela's been great, and Iran's been great. I mean, you know, if Iran's reasonable, if they're smart, otherwise we'll have to finish the job.
Yep, but are they?
We're pleased to be joined today by one of those Pennsylvanians who's benefiting from the historic tax cuts, Sergeant Sam Elias, with the Bethlehem Police Department. He's a great guy. Ooh, they know him. Sam works the night patrol so that he can help his wife take care of their 6 beautiful children during the day. And I'm told their youngest is named Melania. Can you believe that? They named Melania. Where did you come up with that one? After our great First Lady. So Sam is taking home thousands of dollars extra because of no tax on overtime. And Sam, do you want to come up and say a few words? Come on up. Come on up, Sam.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to express my appreciation to President Trump, Congressman Ryan McKenzie, and the entire White House administration. As a father of 6 children in a single-income household, I can tell you the Working Families Tax Cuts is a policy that helps my family. Hard work should pay off, not get punished with higher taxes. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips means more money in the pockets of working Americans. For my family, these savings have translated to what was once a day trip to the park is now an overnight stay at the Jersey Shore. Bigger tax returns have allowed Americans to create new family memories and save for future projects. As the President said, I also work night shift as a police sergeant in the fine city of Bethlehem. Thank you. A shortage in police recruitment has left our department depleted of officers. Our officers get called out for overtime to cover these shortages. Some pay periods, officers are working over 40 hours of overtime. That's why I'm grateful for no tax on overtime. Thank you, Mr. President. I'm also thankful for the support President Trump and Congressman McKenzie have shown for law enforcement. You understand that communities thrive when we invest in public safety. Congressman McKenzie has stood strong with public safety and working families, and that's why he's been endorsed by the brothers and sisters of Bethlehem FOP Star Lodge 20. Congressman McKenzie has been on the front lines in supporting public safety. He secured $700,000 for the Bethlehem Police Department for much-needed technology and equipment upgrades at our police department, along with bringing home $1.6 million in funding for volunteer firehouses and infrastructure. Thank you, Congressman. I'm a very grateful American, a son to Lebanese immigrants who came to the United States 50 years ago in pursuit of the American dream. My 80-year-old father is here with me today. He would often tell me, work hard and it'll pay off. Well, 50 years later, thanks to President Trump and Congressman McKenzie, my father's dream has come true. I thank you for that. Thank you. Additionally, thank you to President Trump and your entire administration. After more than 50 years, the Lebanese people finally have an American ally who advocates for a sovereign and independent Lebanon governed by the Lebanese people. Thank you for that. Mr. President, you have the support of almost 20 million Lebanese people worldwide. Leadership is more than a title, it's action. I'm grateful for the actions coming from President Trump and Congressman Ryan McKenzie. Your actions have prioritized the American dream. Less taxes, safer communities, and America First policies. I thank you, President Trump. Happy belated birthday, and happy birthday to the United States of America. Thank you, and God bless. Thank you, Mr. President.
But we're pleased to be joined today by Pat McHugh, a Marine Corps veteran, a great guy.
Nice.
Who spent 28 years with Mack Trucks.
Wow.
And he leads the cab assembly and serves as new product line launch leader. It's a big deal. And Pat's grandfather worked here, his dad worked here, and now his son is working here and doing well. And they know how important it is to keep manufacturing jobs in Pennsylvania. Pat, say a few words, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Wow. Good afternoon, Mr. President. It is a profound honor and privilege to have you here with us today to help celebrate the upcoming 250th birthday of our America. And most recently, our 125th anniversary of building Mack Trucks. My name is Patrick McHugh Jr., and I am a proud Marine Corps veteran. In addition to that, though, I am an even prouder Mack Truck employee. Standing here with me today is my father and my son, both Mack Truck workers. Together, they have a combined 78 years working experience building the greatest trucks on earth. you can say Mack Trucks runs in our blood. At Mack Trucks, we work hard to build the trucks that help build America. And we are proud that those trucks are built in the United States of America. Along with our UAW colleagues, we're open for business, and we're producing the best quality trucks we ever have. On behalf of our entire team, we warmly welcome you to our plant, Mr. President, home of the finest trucks in America, built by the most skilled and dedicated workforce in the trucking industry. So, Mr. President, I want to say thank you for choosing to highlight Mack Trucks on your visit today, and thank you for supporting our American workforce.
Wow, what an honor to be here.
Danced his way out. All right. Oh, the MK Ultra hearing. Yeah, what's the deal with that? Next Tuesday at 10 a.m. Next Tuesday. Trump closes the reflecting pool with fences. Workers install barriers to stop vandalism. That's how bad this is. That's how bad this bullshit has gotten. The Antifa members behind the anti-ICE bullshit in Texas receive a combined 450 years in prison. Ha! Bye-bye.
This is independent journalist.
8 defendants convicted in the Prairieland ICE detention center attack case will be sentenced today in federal court in Fort Worth. So far, only 3 have learned their fates. Benjamin Song was sentenced to 100 years in prison. Cameron Arnold and Zachary Evans were both sentenced to 50 years. It comes more than 3 months after a federal jury found the group guilty following a 12-day trial stemming from an incident last July 4th outside the detention center in Alvarado. 8 defendants were convicted of charges including rioting, providing material support to terrorists, and explosives-related offenses. Benjamin Song was also convicted of attempted murder in the shooting of an Alvarado police lieutenant. The others face possible sentences ranging from 10 years to life. 8.
Bye-bye.
I'm back here in Washington, Will. The president, of course, still
Okay, House and Senate have passed an anti-Trump Iran war powers resolution, really. But has absolutely zero binding powers against President Trump, just a symbolic vote.
I'm back here in Washington, Will. The president, of course, still facing some criticism on Capitol Hill for this Iran deal, including from his own members of his own party. And the Democrats today took advantage of that. They put the House's war powers resolution on the floor today. It did pass 50-48. Among the GOP yeses were Cassidy, Collins, Paul, and Murkowski. Fetterman John Fetterman, the Democrat, voted no, actually. Senator Mitch McConnell and Dave McCormick were not present to vote. Of course, McCormick was in Pennsylvania with the president, so those numbers really favor the Democrats in passing this. It does not go to the president's desk. It is just a symbolic vote, but it is a
retarded.
Public here. Do you worry?
Judge blocks the USDA's ability to restrict SNAP benefits from being used for sugary drinks and candy. Yeah.
As you mentioned, Secretary of State Marco
Rubio has arrived in the Middle East to surge support for the deal.
As you mentioned, Secretary of State Marco Rubio arriving in the Middle East today to sell this deal to Gulf allies that might still have concerns over that big reconstruction program that is supposed to be a part of this memorandum. He also had a phone call with Lebanon's president as Israel and Lebanon talks get underway here in Washington, even as Israel and Hezbollah continue exchanging fire. Listen to this. As you mentioned, Secretary of State Marco Rubio arriving in the Middle East today to sell this deal to Gulf allies that might still have concerns over that big reconstruction program that is supposed to be a part of this memorandum. He also had a phone call with Lebanon's president.
Oops, okay. Trump FCC just secured a $3.5 billion win for Americans that'll further drive down prices on what? Oh, okay. Wireless spectrum. FCC grants SpaceX approval to test Starlink to Starlink communications in orbit. Interesting. Allow SpaceX to test how Starlink satellites can communicate with each other using specific radio frequencies. It's insane that they weren't able to do that already. Wonder what kind of stuff that opens up. Probably a lot more freedom to distribute signal. Better bandwidth, better latency. Interesting.
Can the U.S. and allies, can they guarantee? Can the U.S. and allies, can they guarantee navigation, freedom of navigation in the state?
In the strait.
Well, that's the law. It's an international waterway. No country is allowed to charge tolls or fees on an international waterway. That's existing international law. That's the way it is in international waterways all over the world, and that's the way we expect it'll be here. So I don't think we have anybody to convince around here in that regard. I think all the countries in this region would agree with us. All right? See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Can the U.S. and allies, can they guarantee navigation, freedom of navigation in the state? And Israeli officials are meeting in Washington as we speak. Yeah. Is it your position that that process should be separate from Iran peace deal?
Well, that process is separate. It's separate because Lebanon is a sovereign country. It has a government. And when it comes to Lebanon and what's happening inside of Lebanon, we're going to negotiate and deal directly with the Lebanese government. I spoke to President Ayoun along with the Vice President a few moments ago, spoke to him on Friday. Their people are there now on the ground directly. So the reason why that issue is always... Now, there's an Iranian issue with regards to Lebanon, and that is their support and sponsorship of Hezbollah. And so that factor will be discussed as part of our conversations with the Iranians. But as far as the future of Lebanon belongs to the Lebanese people through their sovereign elected government. And that's who we're going to be working with.
Lebanese and Israeli officials are meeting in Washington as we speak. Yeah. Is it your position that that process should be separate from Iran peace deal?
Well, that process is separate. It's separate because Lebanon is a sovereign country. It has a government. And when it comes to Lebanon and what's happening inside of Lebanon, we're going to negotiate and deal directly with the
Trump posting a Bible verse of the day.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that
but
came
let justice
into Solomon's
roll on
heart to make in
like
the
a river,
house of the Lord,
righteousness like a
and in his own house he
never failing stream.
prosperously affected. And the Lord appeared.
What the American people want, Senator,
Al Jazeera journalist claims... Oh, no, pardon. Al Jazeera journalist that Mamdani mourned was allegedly a Hamas sniper. Oh my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. I mean... Could be him? Also might not be.
Want to know who's who.
Oh, they all look the same.
What the American people want, Senator, is we want to know who's who. Who are the other senators that are fighting us on this?
Good question on the SAVE Act.
And is there going to be an opportunity? You know, President Trump has threatened to name names. Are we going to find out in any of these, you know, different processes that are about to play out that they put their name on this? Because I think that's important. The voters want to know who's blocking this.
Yeah, I would imagine that those who speak out one way or another on this tomorrow, in that meeting with President Trump and Senate Republicans, will self-identify. That's often how it ends up working. But look, regardless of who speaks in which direction, I do think it's important to recognize a couple of things. First of all, as you point out, it's not an easy situation. I grasp the fact that we don't have 60 votes. I fully get that. I also get that in many circumstances, that signals that it's not something that we're likely to get passed. This is a rather unique opportunity, though, where, number one, our election security requires us to take aggressive action. Number two, we've got a bill that is really popular among Americans. Like 3 out of 4 American voters, Democrats and Republicans combined, support measures like this one, and they want that done. Number 3, it gets more popular over time, more popular as it's debated, especially because the Democrats' arguments against it don't land. I have yet to hear a legitimate argument against them.
They're so
empty. It's so empty. And so yeah. I'm not purporting to claim that this would be easy. I'm not purporting even to claim that I know exactly how this would turn out. What I am saying is, in this rare moment, I think it would benefit all of us, particularly Senate Republicans, to stand up for the American people and to use some unconventional tactics to try to get this passed.
One second. All right.
What the American people want.
Did you have a good time? How good a speech was that? They ask him.
Can you come back and chat with us on the plane?
Can't hear it. No idea.
Since 1979, the clock's been ticking. Iran has killed Americans every year for 47 years.
160 dead. Hostage has been killed. 180 attacks from Iran on Americans.
Past presidents appeased Iran.
$1.7 billion in cash to Iran.
Refused to enforce sanctions.
While Iran pursued nuclear weapons.
Could make 11 nuclear bombs.
Missiles that could soon reach the American homeland.
Imminent production of a nuclear weapon.
Too close for comfort.
When will Iran have a nuclear weapon? Never.
When is that date to?
Thank you, President Trump.
Like old school looking?
It's 1979. The clock's been...
Oh, okay, I guess it is recent.
That could soon...
Yeah, 2026, yep.
For algae. That's happening.
Absolute Clown World at the Reflecting Pool, great.
Memorial Reflecting Pool.
Let's grow algae, let's grow! Woo! Algae smarter than MAGA! Algae smarter than MAGA! $1.1 million for you all to watch Pond Scum! Do you think there'll be tadpoles in there soon? I think there should be tadpoles. Whole bunch of children for you?
This is why we should not have closed down insane asylums. On the one hand, you have the algae cheerleaders. On the other, vandals. President Trump says at least 5 people have been arrested for vandalizing the reflecting pool. But MS Now is calling the crackdown a symbol of authoritarianism.
All of a sudden, something that you played in, something that when I came to visit Washington, I also played splash around in, all of a sudden that's a crime. And so we're going to have a kid who's splashing around in a pool in Washington, D.C., like thousands of kids do all the time, where we're going to put them in handcuffs? Like, that's, to me, is the ultimate sort of symbol of how this country is
Seriously?
fallen into disrepair and authoritarianism.
I don't think you did splash around in the reflecting pool. It's not a public swimming pool.
You're what?
Nobody swims.
I mean, maybe he's thinking of certain other locations in DC, like there's some fountains where that was done, but not the fucking reflecting pool.
I want to ask about the New York racist man.
Reporter to Timo Jeffries, Timo Obama. Are you worried at all about the influence of the Democratic Socialists in primaries in New York and across the country?
Are you worried at all about the influence of the Democratic Socialists in primaries there and across the country?
Well, there are 4 races in New York City, and I'm standing behind every single one of those races that involve an incumbent, of course, and that's Adriano Espaillat, Dan Goldman, Yvette Clarke, and Grace Meng. And then we're watching closely 2 open seat races that House Democratic leadership hasn't gotten involved in by custom, and that, of course, is in the 7th Congressional District, where Congresswoman Nydia Velázquez and a coalition of very progressive Democrats, including Tish James, the Attorney General, and the public advocate Jumaane Williams, along with the Working Families Party, and
Jumanji Williams.
Many of the unions that we work closely with
I love that movie.
On one side of that race, with DSA on the other. We'll see what happens.
My goodness. What a train wreck. All right. Well, I guess that's it for tonight. Good golly. I don't know how they stuck him at the head of the party, but God bless him for it. All right. Mr. Sketch Dangerous here. And that does it for me. How you doing, man? What's up?
Timo Obama.
Timo Obama.
My goodness, that guy is about as popular as a skin rash on the at the beach. So, not a big fan of that guy. I think he. Oh man, earlier today.
It's tough to watch him. Tough to listen to. Yeah.
It's fun. It'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Indeed. Well, I'll let you get to it, sir. You have a good show.
You too. God bless you, brother.
Back at you, man. See ya.
See ya. What is up, everybody? Happy Tuesday.
All right, Tim. I'm out. Yeah, I will tell Radix to go put the boy items on the Amazon. I will definitely do that stuff. I'm gonna get on her on that tonight. I'm sure she'll have some up within a couple hours. Yep. Boy, hasn't even really half set in yet. I'll be having a little James running around. And yes, that is the name we're going with, by the way. It'll be James Wesley. After me and many other James in my family, and after Radix's cousin that was killed in the Middle East. Some, I don't know how many years ago it's been now, but 15, 20, something like that. Yep. So, yay. James Wesley. All right. I will probably see you guys tomorrow morning. Okay. Bye-bye.